Hey YouTube, Kiraqualia here, bringing you guys my Cardfight Vanguard market price watch video for September 2018. Finally, once again, the end of the month. This is around the time when I usually like to do my market price watch videos for Cardfight Vanguard, just going through all the different prices of cards that have changed, cards that have hyped up in price just because of upcoming cards as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. So to start off, I know we're like a month before Strongest Team AL4 even gets released, but some pre-orders have already gone out for some of the cards, which you can see here. We have cards basically like Phantom Blaster, SVR, being the most expensive card in the set currently, which that was actually to be expected just with the hype behind Shadow Paladin and what it carries. You can see some of the other more expensive ones being Golden Beast Tamer, No Life King Death Anchor, all ones that are basically the Secret Vanguard rares. I know we're missing some that haven't been posted yet, but these prices are definitely very hyped up in value. As you know, they'll decrease when the actual set gets released. When we have sneak preview, they'll drop down. These are just, starting prices, people getting excited. Normal prices for the boxes, obviously. But we usually see the trend for the Vanguard rares be between 20 to 30, and I still expect that to be the case with this set as well. Might even be a little less with some of the Vanguard rares, just because of the trend we saw with the Q4 booster pack, having Perfect Riser be in the $15 range and the other ones being a little higher than that. So we'll probably see the Vanguard rares around that price. Origin rares and all that fall into place. Very similar to those as well, I guess. We'll just have to wait and see when more get posted, obviously, to see what price they tend to be. As you can see already, Zombaku is already $29 for the SVR, which will probably be expected, if not even lower for that. Normal prices for Vanguard rares and whatnot already being posted as well, along with also the Origin rares and the Image rare. I don't think Image rare has been posted yet, and the one thing I don't see posted yet either is I'm calling it the Purple Fan Blaster Dragon with the purple text, the one where there'll be 1,000. I don't know how they'll be able to price that, but if they, obviously someone does get their hands on it, they'll have to price the number, and then I've heard, obviously, that, the higher the number, the more expensive it'll be, and then the bigger the number, the cheaper it'll be. We'll have to wait and see if those prices will fall in similarity compared to Japan as well. We also have, looking at some Zeroth Dragon, I said Zeroth Dragon prices as well. Just because with premium format, some of the big decks that have been topping are Geese, Oracle Think Tank, so Zeroth Dragons have definitely been needed, and depending on which ones you want for the deck, you only need 5 to work the deck, but they've still, affected prices. You've seen some other prices for other decks, just because what I've stated in many of my other price watch videos with premium format being that strides are the important part of decks now, and old cards from old sets, since with all the new support we get, the only thing we won't receive to assist with premium format are the strides. So those will definitely keep values. You can see here with cards like Ultima and whatnot, even some of the playmats here, sneak preview ones, definitely extreme prices there. But they're holding above, the $40 to $50 range for a lot of these. Even the ones from the secret pack from Divine Dragon Apocrypha are holding some pretty strong value there, Zeroth Dragon-wise. So that definitely is pretty impressive there. Geese following the same trend there. Obviously need it for the deck, and with it, I remember when this card was originally $13, now being up where it is. It's just way too strong with Imperial Daughter and all the other Oracle Think Tank being able to stall out, protect, using it that way, and then just, like I said, stalling out until you can get Geese and go for game there. The deck is very, very good from what I've seen, and it's what a majority of the players are running during the premium tournaments that I've seen listed so far. Some other cards to look out for. Now, I've talked about, grabbing the hype for some of the cards when new support comes rolling out, and we are getting some Shadow Paladin support. I don't know in comparison how much Witch support we're getting, but obviously that does hype people up. It's happened before with previous sets, whether it be Kagero, Oracle Think Tank, Tajikaze, you name it. And the same is happening here. The Witch cards are definitely harder to get now since they were from the Requiem at Dusk extra booster pack. So people who are fans of Witches wishing to add on to their support will definitely want some of the old support, the Legion support. I know the Witches and the Strides were very, very popular when they came out. Probably definitely still will be with the new support you can add with the new triggers. Just basically updating it for premium format is what a lot of people I know are looking forward to. And same following the trend with the other support that's already been out, with Machinings, I think being one of the most popular decks to mix with the premium support from the Destructive Roar booster pack, just because we got a lot of machining cards from that set. So strides like Machining Destroyer, which you can't get from the new sets, are definitely needed and used in the deck, are showing some pretty high value range here as well. Same trend with Dimax for Dimensional Robos. There seems to be like that trend where you see just some subclans gain support specifically more than some other ones in the pack. You saw it with Mega Colony in the Destructive Roar. We saw it with Dimensional Robos in the Champions of the Asia Circuit booster pack. And I don't know what we'll really see it with the upcoming AL4 pack. I know we saw it with Risers in the Q4 pack. If there's really a sub-clan, it might be just Blasters for Shadow Paladins, or the Witches, like I stated before. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't think there's anything for Dark Irregulars. It might be Beast Tamers, actually, if I think about it, maybe for Pale Moon. It varies. I don't actually remember off the top of my head. But you can see these values, $15 range for Dimax and Machining Destroyer, just for those strides needed for those premium decks. And a couple other ones to look out for are some of the Regalia support. We haven't really gotten much on the Genesis support we'll be receiving next year for the new pack with Great Nature Genesis and Gear Chronicle. But if there's Regalia support, it's definitely going to make the strides go up in price too, or maybe some of the other cards as well, like Verthandi, Scald, you name it. I think we have to wait and see what other ones we get. Maybe we'll get like some G versions of these cards. I don't know really. I know we're getting a Himiko, I think, for some of the Regalia support since she was the cover card. I think we just have to wait and see what else they'll release, because we got some Maiden cards from the Neo Nectar support, but we're also getting Musketeer cards. So they give us a little bit of both. So we might get, some generic like Himiko, and then we might get some Regalia support mixed in all together, made for one, generic deck and standard, but for premium, it's a whole other story. For a couple other premium cards, I'm seeing Die Dragon as one of the most expensive triple rares from the booster pack. He's up there with Tidal Assault and actually Dayusha, just for holding some pretty good value from that set. Some other ones like Diamantes aren't as expensive, but I'm surprised to see just Die Dragon. D-Robos have actually been a pretty hyped up deck from the Champions of the Asia Circuit booster pack. So I'm seeing that trend form with cards like Die Dragon as well. Some other ones, Marine General of Heavenly Silk Lambros, and a lot of other Aquaforce strides, including Thavis, have gone up a little bit of price. This is the Revival Collection Lambros here, holding $7 to $6 range value for near mints almost. So just strides for Aquaforce, depending on if you're playing it in premium with some of the new support, whether it be Maelstrom. You need the generic strides, that's for sure. So cards like Lambros, which have always been good, definitely go up in price when more and more people want them. A couple other ones. I've seen some of the reindeer cards hold some pretty good value. I know they dropped a bit, but I think it's a little harder to get the Divas Festa booster pack. I know that Peaceful Voice Reindeer is from Blessings of Diva, but I'm seeing same values for her stride. Not so much the original Velvet Voice from that set, but her stride and this one, which came out 2 packs before, are holding some pretty good value just for more and more people that maybe want the reindeer deck, but not as easy to get those booster packs, so they kind of empty out the market for those cards, and you see the price increase because of it. And we have Dark Regular support coming out, the No Life King Death Anchor, which will probably be a great addition to mix in with the premium format. It's a protect deck, but being able to play defensively with those cards, then offensively with the stride units, definitely does mix for a good blend. So being able to use those strides for the offense makes cards like Bluddermouse, Gilderay all go up in price just in value-wise. Definitely Bluddermouse, I think, is stuck around this price for quite some time now, so we'll probably, if anything, just see it go up more when that set comes out and more people want to play premium Dark Irregulars. And I wanted to look at some of the gift markers just for fun as well. Now this one is quite insane for the Blaster Dark Heart Stamped gift marker. I know the ratios aren't 1 guaranteed per trial deck box, but just makes it all the more difficult with this, and the actual sign Blaster Dark is just insane right now. I know it's Shadow Paladins and they're incredibly hyped up, but this is just insane value-wise for sure. And a couple other ones, like the gift markers from the Champions of the Asia circuit. Now, what disappointed with me is that they weren't box toppers. The box toppers were the units themselves, making it more difficult to get these cards with the characters on them signed. You can see Kenji here is $60 at minimum for one of his force markers. Leon being a little cheaper than that. Misaki's up there. All the character ones are just crazy. But at least with these character markers from Q4, we also got them as, box toppers. So making, if you wanted these character markers for your decks, it was a little easier. These ones, you have to pull the signed one. I don't see any other way to get them currently. But Nagisa up there as well. Kenji, I think Goki might be the cheapest, but still $40. I saw him at 17, but they jumped back up just because I know they're probably very, very difficult to get. You can see some of the lower ones being Kai, Aichi, and Kamui as well, but these ones probably a lot easier to pull compared to these for sure. Just with the ratios you get with the smaller extra booster boxes. Couple other Shadow Paladin cards, Belial holding some pretty strong value. This is all just going back to premium, what's doing well. Luard still strong there as well. And just with the new support being added, and we've never seen that Drag Saver SRAS. I might have been a rumor going around where people were saying, we're going to get it as a shop promo. Never actually saw that. If it's coming up, maybe. I know the next month for October isn't this card. I think they declared it was going to be Pale Moon support for those cards, but incredible price for a Perfect Guard. I think this might be one of the most priciest Perfect Guards we have at the moment, just for any deck in general. So not including SPs, obviously, but this is a double rare, so quite insane still for that there. White Clover Musketeer, Marissa. I don't know all the Musketeer grade 3s we are getting for the Card Shop Sai booster pack, but White Clover Musketeer Marissa, if it, combos well basically with Cecilia, and we don't get any other Musketeers. For people wanting to build premium Musketeers, Marissa will probably be the best backup you can use for grade 3s along with Cecilia. Since Cecilia is from a Force deck, she will no longer have her 10k grade 3 status. She'll be 13k, and just back up Marissa with an 11k means you have the perfect balance for your grade 3 lineup if we don't get another Musketeer. So she's been holding basically the value I think she's had since she came out, just because people have really been hyped up for Musketeers. Barrier Dragons, Striko Lord. I might have talked about this in some other past videos for the Market Watch, but it's always held this $4 range. It's been the preferred Perfect Guard, I think, for Tachikaze's just in G and premium format, just having the engorge ability. You had plenty of counter charge options, so for a rare, this is quite impressive if you have them. Try and get rid of them now if you know anyone who's looking to build them, because I think they'd be a little more preferred than the Savage Guardian on flip Perfect Guard. Same with the Demonted Executioner, working with the Darkness deck for Dark Irregulars. That's holding pretty good value as well for a rare. So quite insane when you see some rares that are just more expensive than foils we have in this game. And a couple cards from the standard include Imperial Daughter from the Q4. This is the most expensive card in the set. Boxes are still around $40, so making this more pricey than an actual box if you wish to buy there. You can get the normal versions for around $27, but these are, full rarity max, a good amount of pocket change there for sure if you're looking to fully max out. And I think her price is just to deal with the fact that in standard and premium, she is on the top for decks that are topping both of those formats. Oracle Think Tank's just really, really good right now. And lastly, from the Champions of the Asia circuit, we have Great Dayusha being one of the most expensive. I think he might be going back and forth between Baskirk for most expensive Vanguard rare from that set. But other than that, like I said, people are just really hyped up for D-Robos, being able to mix it with premium or just the new standard deck support. You name it, they're happy with the support they were given. But that is it for this month's Market Price Watch. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This will probably be the last Market Price Watch I do until the release of Strongest Team AL4, just so I can do kind of a cap and revamp on the prices and the adjustments of those cards in that set after the set is officially out, obviously. Definitely looking forward to that set and all the different kinds of foils we can get from it, including maybe some of the gift markers we'll receive as well. We'll see what those ratios are and what those prices become also. But until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kiraqualia out.